Hi everyone, my name's Darron Ayscue. I'm the president of AIFF Local 3101. That's the Nassau County Professional Firefighters. We're here today with Jamie Deonas. He is seeking re-election for the Nassau County School Board District 1. And Jamie, I'm proud to announce that you have our endorsement from AIFF Local 31 Professional Firefighters. We love you like a brother. You are a brother to us. Can you let's have a little discussion today. Let's talk about the fire department. Let's talk about just a normal day and what it's like in your 27 years that you've been on the job.
Okay, well, first off, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I've been a fireman, as you know, for, well, right at 27 years now, Darron, and it's been heck of a career, heck of an opportunity. It really has, to serve the community that you were born and raised in, serve the community that you're so vested in. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of great officers, a lot of great firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, and I was thinking driving over here, I started the fall of 1995, and I still remember my very first medical call. It was to a really good friend that I used to do a lot of fishing with. We actually went on a call for his mother, and when I go inside, I'm dressed up in all of my Nassau County uniform, and I've got our jump bags and we're ready to do work, and he says, "Jamie, my gosh, we were just fishing last weekend and now you're a firefighter." And we still kid about that even today, but it's been a wonderful career and one that I've been real fortunate to be a part of.
Yep. Absolutely, and the food's good there too every day. So
food is very good there. It's funny too, you talk about inflation and things that have changed and how we've changed. We all came on, we weighed like 130 pounds apiece, and we're all wearing size 32 jeans and medium and large shirts, and well, things change. So we all gain a little bit of weight, you get a little older, you don't cook as big, but it's always just as good.
Yep,
at the
absolutely.
fire station.
Well, also with working on the fire department, you have served quite a few many years right here in our local as a principal officer. You've helped us out with so many things by working with the county and working for the local and getting a lot of things done. Can you kind of describe how that's impacted you and how that's helped you prepare for your re-election bid here, sir? Yes.
So shortly after coming on, I attended my first union meeting, which was just a matter of months. I was stationed at Station 20, where you and I are, and Captain Haley was actually stationed at Station 20, and he was a principal officer, and he said, "You need to come to a union meeting." And I went to one, and it seems like it was on the tailgate of a truck and the parking lot of a fire station. There were 6 or 7 of us there, and I learned a lot about our structure from a managerial standpoint, labor, working with management, and I don't know, I guess I kind of got captivated with that, so I started going to union meetings with on a regular basis, and somewhere maybe year 2-ish, I was voted in as an E-board member, and my good friend that I graduated high school with, Johnny Douglas, I served with him on the E-board, and ultimately he became union president. And through the years, I've served in ad hoc positions where the union needed someone to do a particular task or some project that we were working on, to executive board. I've served as second vice president, stint as secretary treasurer, and it has been really rewarding. It was really the first time that I got to see the inner workings of things and how labor and management come together. And I love negotiating. I love the task of finding that common ground. So this was a great place for me to kind of get a good firsthand look at what those are and what those aren't. And then during your presidency, we did an awful lot over the last 4 or 5 years, it seems like now. Their political action, being involved in the community, and it's so much more than just the political part. We've worked with Family and Children's Services. We've bought toys for underprivileged children at the end of the year. We've helped out numerous families that, we don't pick the phone up and call the newspaper and tell them what we've done. But this local is incredibly active in this community, and it too has been a large part of my life for the last 27 years.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the challenges that that we've seen as a department and a local, and let's talk a little bit about how those have impacted the county. And do you see any similarities that happen within the school system and the same issues that as a department and a local and as a community that we deal with right now today?
Yes, unfortunately. So when you and I went through standards and, got our fire ticket and EMT or paramedic, there was always a wait. Didn't matter who you knew, didn't matter where you were born and raised, it was always a wait. Very coveted positions. That's not the same anymore. We have vacancies and we're anemic on the school board, just as we are with fire rescue. And they're very challenging and very concerning to me. Very concerning because I don't see a mechanism to fix this in the short term. I'm not even so sure what it looks like in the long term. Things evolve, time marches on, and things are just different today than they were, back when you and I came on. So very challenging on both sides, and teachers are no different. They are doing much like our union members and our firefighters that pop in one morning, and while you're drinking coffee, they find the most awkward time to say, I'm leaving. I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm thinking about taking up X, Y, and Z. And by the way, I think I'm moving too. So that just kind of adds insult to injury. So we're going through a lot of the same growing pains and evolutionary pains, I guess is probably a better way of putting it, both with the school district as well as the fire department.
And some of those changes that we're seeing have had a lot to deal with growth. And then, obviously growth impacts so many things. Transportation, how do we get from A to B as far as our school system and our fire trucks? I mean, they all work on the same roads. They're all up and down the same roads every day. So explain a little bit about that, about how you've been able to help out and alleviate some of those things.
Well, two points to that question, Darren. One, I attended a county meeting several months ago that it was announced we have 4.5 new people moving into this county every day. Those are staggering numbers. I mean, just when you stop and think about 4.5 new people, and if they only got 2 cars apiece, what that looks like over a 6-month period. But this 4.5 new people coming in are measured in years now. So our little community is growing, and I know anybody that's traveling up and down State Road 200, the island, the west side, I mean, we're feeling these effects everywhere. I have certainly realized that driving a fire truck every third day, or a rescue unit, or a ladder truck, whatever I happen to be on, and used to be you turn the lights on and the sirens and everybody gives you a dedicated lane. Well, now you're kind of in the middle of 3 lanes, and you hope and pray that everybody gets out of your way. One thing that I did want to share, pickup and drop-off times are very challenging times for anybody that drives any community where our schools are located. We bus some 1 million plus miles a year of students in this county. And keep in mind, schools are closed for 3 months out of the year. So that's an awful lot of mileage, but we still have a large percentage of families that drop off their child or student in the mornings, and then they come back in the afternoon to pick them up. And one road that we have had an awful lot of challenges with is Minor Road.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You and I have talked about this. Matter of fact, and I'll leave his name out, but one of the engineers at our station said, you've really got to do something about this. The entire road's at gridlock, and it is. So I'm very proud to say that the county has acquired property, William Burgess, which starts at State Road 200 and at Wildlight, now goes all the way through and terminates at Highway 17. But they have all the permitting in place. They have the land acquisitions now. to extend that road all the way to Minor, which
excellent.
is really, really exciting. We had a joint meeting with the county not too long ago, and they are moving ahead with that project with great spirit. So now it will create a complete loop in that area. In the school board, we're certainly doing our part. This road will actually run next to our high school.
Yeah.
So there's a
Excellent.
little bit of a joint venture there, and we're certainly happy to do it because it helps everybody in that regard.
Well, folks, that sounds like a great partnership between the county and the school board. Jamie, tell us a little bit about another partnership that's out there on the west side of the county. The ballpark. Tell us a little bit about the ballpark out there.
Yes, Callahan Ballpark.
Yes, sir.
Darren, I guess I have to give a little backstory to this. When I started out doing work with the union, you don't realize it takes time in government. I come from the private enterprise world, and if I walked into my family's building and the air conditioner's off, you dial 7 numbers and you get an HVAC guy out there immediately and get that air fixed. Well, government doesn't move that fast, and it takes a lot of committees, it takes a lot of talking. One of the first challenges I had as a school board member was internal with our union membership here was, hey, the Callahan ball field, we don't have any lights and there's not great parking out there. Well, in my way of thinking, I thought, well, gosh, it backs up to a school, so I'm assuming that this is ours. Well, I learned quickly it's not our ball field, it's not our property even, it's the county's ball field and the county's property. But as my good friend Taco Pope stated at our last school board meeting, our kids are your kids and vice versa. So we have a wonderful, wonderful partnership, and everybody's racing towards the same goal. But my first year as a school board member, I was brought out to look at not only parking issues with the Callahan Ballpark, but also they don't have any lighting out there. So it was very difficult to do what we do here on the island and here in Yulee because there was no lights for that field. Well, I am pleased to say that the school board has entered into a joint venture with the county. We leased a large section of property that we're not using, cleared all the trees off of it. The county is stabilizing it, putting in handicap parking and additional parking so we can get that parking off of that ballpark road they call coming in. But very proud to say that the county is putting in several $100,000 worth of lights that, as I understand it, it's in process right now of being put on. So I had the pleasure of calling 2 of my brothers here on the fire department to say, great news. I know your son or daughter are a few years older now, but great news, we're getting lights and some additional parking.
Absolutely. We've got quite a few members that have kids out there. They have grandkids out there. They spend a lot of their Saturdays and weekday nights out there at the ball fields. I know they'll be excited to hear that. They're wonderful, wonderful people. Everyone working together. Jamie, it's been such a pleasure.
Yes,
again, you have our full support. We're behind you 100%. You've always stood behind us and for us and led us in many cases. And we really appreciate everything that you've done for us, and we're here to help you in any way.
Well, Darren, it's been a privilege. It's been an honor. I should be the one thanking you for allowing me to be a part of this great union. And as always, I appreciate greatly the support and all the accolades. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I'm Jamie Deonas, your candidate for re-election to the Nassau County School Board, District 1. To learn more about me, please visit votejamiedeonas.com. Again, that's votejamiedeonas.com.